Hey everybody, it's Brian here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing great. So today's episode is a Redbubble Shop review. It's episode number 16. Can't believe we're already up to number 16. Today we're going to be reviewing 3 up-and-coming Redbubble shops. Some have their ups, some have their downs, but at the end of it all, I'm going to be sharing some very important constructive criticisms in this review, so that hopefully the Redbubble Shop owners that I'll be critiquing today will be able to take it to heart. You know, obviously celebrate the highs and obviously improve upon the lows. And hopefully, if you see any of the quote-unquote newbie mistakes that we'll be looking at in today's episode, you'll be able to correct them in your respective shop too as well. So without any further ado, let's head over to my computer now and start with today's review. Let's go. Okay, so welcome to my computer screen, and here we are on the very first of the 3 shops that we're going to be reviewing today. And as you can see here, the name of the shop, the first shop is Abela Create. The seller is from Latvia and currently has 401 designs in her shop. Now, the first thing that caught my attention when I saw this shop was the banner. Now, the shop banner looks really nice. It's very eye-catchy. The only problem is that at the time of recording this video, we're well past Christmas. So you have to ask yourself, if I was a visiting customer to your shop and it's at the beginning of March or any time during the year, depending on whatever it is that you're watching this particular episode, and it's not Christmas time, what kind of message does that send to the customer? Is it something that maybe perhaps you don't really care too much about the aesthetics of your shop? We have to keep in mind, people, that just because it's an online shop doesn't necessarily mean that we can, slack off on certain nuances that one would find when you go to a normal brick and mortar shop. Just think of it for a moment that whenever you visit a department store, more often than not, each time that you visit, maybe obviously over a span of time, shops like to keep their windows, their department store windows fresh and new, always with some kind of new product, something new to wow and dazzle customers to get them to come into the shop. Your online shop banner on Redbubble is similar in style to that, to a window shop in a brick and mortar shop. So you want to make sure that when somebody clicks on your link and visits your shop, one of the first things that they're going to see is something that pertains to the season. Now, you don't necessarily have to change your shop banner every month unless you want to, but at least do it once a quarter. So if we are in March at the time of recording, well, we've got St. Patrick's Day, we've got Easter coming up. Why not give it a bit of a spring or Easter type feel to your shop banner, so that obviously when somebody is visiting it in the here and now, they're going to be welcomed by a really nice shop banner pertaining to the season. Now, if you don't want to do it something pertaining to the season, well, maybe what you can do is you can get a hodgepodge of different designs from your shop and showcase them on your shop banner. This is a very important piece of real estate on your shop, so you always want to make sure that you are giving it the best that you can give to potential customers to make them want to scroll down and continue going through the shop as opposed to jumping ship and visiting another shop. So I would highly recommend that the shop banner is updated so that obviously it will look a little bit more in the here and now. Okay, so let's take a look at the artist profile. This is another important aspect too as well. A lot of the information that you put in your artist profile gives that human perspective to potential customers, okay? So, hi, I'm Anna. I'm a nature-loving graphic designer. With this story, I'm trying to show how unique and beautiful nature is by illustrating it or sharing my photos with my surroundings or travels. Not a bad artist profile, okay? You've got the human feel to it. There are a few grammatical mistakes that I would highly recommend that you copy it and put it into a grammar checker and fix those mistakes to put it back in. Again, it's all of these little nuances, the professional nuances that one puts into one's shop that really sends a very clear message to potential customers that, hey, you're a type of person who takes the time to look into every aspect of your shop to make sure that it's the best that it can be. So again, not bad at all, but I believe that you can actually refine it a little bit, put it into a grammar checker, fix up the grammar issues, and then copy it and update it too as well. Just goes a long way in helping the overall nuance of your shop. Okay, so let's go back to the top of your shop and we'll take a look at some of the designs that you have. Now, your featured collection is Valentine's Day. Again, given the fact that I'm recording this episode at the beginning of March, Valentine's has already come and gone. So while you do have some nice designs as your featured collection, it would be a good idea for you to change your future collection to something more pertinent to the time of year that we are in. So this is definitely something that you want to go in and modify. It doesn't take long to do. Choose one of your other collections, something pertinent to the here and now, and put that up. If you don't have something, I'm seeing your collections here. If it isn't pertaining to Easter or to St. Patrick's Day or any of the holidays that fall within the fourth quarter, choose your abstract, choose your text, individual illustrations, something that isn't going to show a past dated event, so that obviously you're in the here and now. Okay, you got a number of nice collections over here. Okay, now taking a look at some of the designs that you have up here on your shop. For the most part, a lot of them are really, really nice. There are a few red flags that I do have to bring to your attention. First and foremost, which tends to be a rather newbie mistake, is that you're not always selecting the best product to showcase your design in the thumbnail on the marketplace. And case in point is this one here, Flower Cowslip Tea Flower Festival. Okay, clearly you have sticker here selected, but given the fact that there's so much white and the colors are so subdued in terms of the yellows and the greens, it's not really something that is going to stop a customer and catch their attention to want to click in and take a look at. It could come across as an oversight, and maybe it might be something that might push people away from your shop. You've got this one here, Light Purple Blackberry Field. It's a lovely sticker pack, although be careful, you do have a spelling mistake in your title, which could mean that people might not find your design if they don't spell blackberry the way you spelt it. Okay, so guys, it's always important to make sure that you double and triple check your spelling, particularly if English is not your first language, and that's okay if it isn't, but there are just so many tools online nowadays that you can just type in whatever you want to type in as a title, as a description, or as your tags, and put it in a spell checker so that you can make sure that when you input it in your listing, that text is going to be grammatically correct, it's going to be spelled correctly, which is going to increase your chances of being found in the marketplace, irrespective of whether it's Redbubble, TeePublic, or any other print-on-demand platform that's out there. In this particular case, Light Purple Blackberry, you don't need the D over there, so please go in, get rid of the D, so maybe, obviously, you might do better with that design in the marketplace. Okay, so let's just continue scrolling down over here. Okay, again, this one is a lovely design, but it's because of the fact that it's beige. Okay, a beige sand seaside view. Perhaps you could have chosen a better product to showcase in the thumbnail so that people would actually get the wow factor when they were looking at it. All right, I have a few text designs here. Okay, this one is actually quite nice, quite eye-catching. School is cool. Again, you've got some real nice designs over here, but again, you got to be careful even when you're doing your sticker packs. Make sure that there's enough space between each component of the sticker pack so that it doesn't come as one hodgepodge when a customer purchases your sticker pack and then they have to go around cutting it. That's very annoying. In this particular case, as you can see here, you've got a lot of pieces here that were joined together. Deep Blue Siberian Squill Flower. Okay, so let's just click on that. See what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see, as the sticker here, I'm not sure if this was the effect that you wanted to come across, where everything is just with one sticker, but you've got a lot of jagged, edging over here. So it leads me to believe that probably you had meant for them to be more individual flower blooms as opposed to one large sticker. So if that is the case, you might want to go in and refine the design so that obviously when somebody purchases the sticker, they're going to get a lot of lovely, nice flowers, individual stickers that they can stick on whatever it is they wish to stick on. Okay, in terms of a title, Deep Blue Siberian School Flower Bloom sticker, very good in terms of a title. You've got a lot of great keywords over there. I can't fault that, so well done for that. Your description, these are small, nice looking Siberian squirrel flowers in royal blue color. Okay, you've got 256 characters for your description. I would highly encourage you and anybody who is watching this review that if you are lacking in your description, if you are not putting enough effort into your description to fill and to utilize as much of those 256 characters that Redbubble gives you, I would highly encourage you to go in and modify your descriptions. Remember, search engines like Google utilize and reference the descriptions that you put in order to showcase your designs on the search engine in terms of determining which people to show your designs to. If you leave a description which is basically half complete, the search engine is not going to know to whom it's going to show your design to, and you could potentially be leaving money on the table. Now, in this day and age of, computer tools that are out there, we've got platforms like ChatGPT. There's no reason why you couldn't use these particular tools to give you a description based on a few keywords that you present to it, so then you can put in an effective description. And don't forget, you can also include an upsell in your description. If you don't know how to do that, I'm leaving a thumbnail to a video that I did not too long ago about how to write an effective description with an upsell. I would highly encourage you to take a look at that particular video, because it shows you how I go about creating effective descriptions that are going to get my designs indexed on search engines like Google, but it's also going to provide an upsell to get customers who visit my shop not only to consider purchasing that design or maybe what it is that they were looking for in terms of a product, but maybe even to consider getting a second or third product with that design, either for themselves or to give as gifts to families or friends. So you definitely want to take a look at that. Don't leave your descriptions like this, because you are leaving money on the table. In terms of the design, it's quite effective in terms of this blue against the white. Let's take a look at your tags. Okay, in terms of tags, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, not too bad. We don't have too many in the way of long tail keyword phrases, which I would highly recommend that you take a look at this particular video so that you can learn how to create long tail keyword phrases. Basically, long tail keyword phrases are a group of words, 3, 4, 5 words put together that make sense, that obviously when you put your design up against that long tail keyword phrase, there may not be as many designs that you would have to be competing against as perhaps those you would have to compete against in single keywords. For example, if we had to just right click on nature, we're going to choose it, open a new tab, and take a look at how many results your design is competing against nature. As you can see, at the time of publishing this particular video, there are over 3 million results that your design is competing against. Now you have to ask yourself, how much chance do you think your design is going to have to be seen by potential customers either on a desktop PC or maybe even on a mobile device as somebody is scrolling if your design is at the bottom of the 3 million results? Okay, you have to do better than that. You have to give your designs a fighting chance. Now, again, if you don't know how to create long tail keyword phrases, don't worry about it. It isn't difficult. Take a look at that video that I shared the thumbnail to, see how to go about doing it, put your own spin on it, and just do the research so that you can give your designs a greater chance of being found in the Redbubble marketplace. And again, this is not only necessarily targeted to Redbubble. You can also use long tail keyword phrase tactics, strategies, call them what you might, on any and all of the print on demand platforms out there. Remember, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're giving our designs a fighting chance of being found by potential customers so that we can increase the potential of making more sales. Okay, so let's go back to your shop. So basically, I have a sneaking suspicion that with respect to a number of your designs, what you need to do is you need to go in and maybe improve upon the descriptions, increase the number of long tail keyword phrases that you have for your designs. And when you are deciding upon which product to have your design showcased on in the marketplace, be very, very strategic in terms of what you select. Don't allow Redbubble to always select it for you, because chances are when people are scrolling through your shop and they refresh, it's always good to change it, and there might be a product that comes up where the design doesn't look that great. And if you think that it doesn't look great, deactivate it. The worst thing that you can do is to allow your design to be showcased on every product that Redbubble offers, even if it's not relevant, not pertinent to the product, or if it doesn't look good on the product. If it doesn't look good, deactivate it. You don't want to give customers a bad impression of your shop when they see a product that comes up and it just really doesn't look good. You want to set your shop up for success. And I think if you make these modifications to your shop, there's no reason in my mind why you shouldn't reach a greater degree of success. Keep working hard, keep designing, keep refining your craft, and I have no doubt that you should do well for yourself in the future. All the best. Okay, so here we are on the second shop that we're going to be reviewing today, and very similarly with the first shop that we reviewed today, the shop banner caught my attention, unfortunately not in the best of ways. Again, I mean, it's a lovely gradient checkerboard pattern. But at the end of the day, what kind of message is it sending to potential customers who visit your shop? Guys, remember, your shop banner is really important pieces of real estate. Showcase your shop banner with designs or a real effective shop banner that is going to give people a better understanding of what your shop is going to be about. Maybe create something that is going to be seasonal to the time. Try to change it up every quarter so that obviously you give it a bit of a fresh appearance and it makes people want to continue looking at your shop and see what you have to offer. Now, let's take a look at the artist profile here. Okay, Master Museum is one of the largest sports product design agencies. Send us a bubble mail for custom design. Okay, so with 487 designs, I think the statement that you've made is a little bit bigger than the shoes that you're currently standing in. I don't mean this in any way to be insulting, far from it. What you have to be aware of is that when customers are visiting a shop, if they see your artist profile, when they see the statements that you use in your artist profile and compare it against the statistics that Redbubble is showing, they're just not adding up. What do I mean? Well, you only have 2 followers, you're not following anybody, and you only have 724 favorited designs. So this might lead customers to believe that maybe all isn't as it seems to be. So be careful about that. You know, there's nothing wrong with showing people, potential customers, that you're still starting off in your Redbubble journey. In fact, there actually might be customers out there who really strive to look for these kinds of sellers. They like to be part of the journey. They want to see how the shop is growing, to visit it back and forth. And you know, when you come across as being genuine and in the here and now, there's a greater likelihood that customers will click on the follow button and follow you, you know, and then effectively at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want people to follow you so that they'll keep coming back and forth to your shop in order to see what new designs you've come up with and maybe perhaps even purchase something as gifts for themselves or friends or family down the road. What I would also suggest that you do is that you actually start following other Redbubble shop sellers and favoriting their designs. This way, in turn, you will get them to follow you and they will favorite some of your designs. You know, because this will show the algorithm that there's some action happening with your designs, and if there's action happening with your designs, that means, you know, that could potentially be interesting for other customers who might be visiting, so they'll try to bump your designs up. As it stands right now, there really isn't a lot of action in terms of, you know, your designs for your shop in terms of followers and following, so I highly recommend that you rectify that immediately. Also, I would also encourage you to include some social media links, you know. One of the most important aspects of an online shop is the ability for customers to be able to get in touch with you. If they buy a design from your shop on a product that really resonates with them, the fact that you have a social media link that they can actually get in touch with you, maybe perhaps a thank you to say how wonderful it is, how happy they are with the product, that's gold for you. Because if you manage to get a testimony from one of those customers, you can use that in your social media promos so that obviously will encourage other customers to come and visit your shop. As it stands right now, aside from being able to message you through Redbubble, there really isn't any other way to get in touch with you. And the fact that you can put an Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest links, any kind of link that will actually allow customers to get in touch with you, you want to capitalize on that. You want to jump on that ship and make it happen so that people will be able to get in touch with you accordingly. Okay, so let's just scroll to the top of your page here. Now, another thing that I've noticed is that you don't have any collections, okay? I would highly encourage you to rectify this immediately. Why? You might say, well, I only have 487 designs in my shop. That's not a lot. Well, by Redbubble standards, yes, it isn't a lot. I've seen shops in excess of 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, even 10,000 designs in their shops. But remember, from the perspective of a visiting customer, if they are looking for a specific design, a specific niche that you might have in your shop, wouldn't it make it easier for them to just find it via a collection that you could actually condense all of those particular designs under a heading for a collection, so they just have to click on that and go directly to the niche that they're looking for? You're making it convenient for them. And if a customer feels that they are getting, you know, the royal treatment in terms of convenience, and they find what it is that they're looking for in the least amount of time possible, then they're going to be happier to look through your shop and see what else you have to offer. If they have to spend, you know, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes trying to scroll through 487 designs in the hopes of finding a design and then maybe not finding what it is that they're looking for, well, well, they might actually be very disgruntled, jump ship, go to another shop, and probably not even consider coming back to visit your shop again in the future. So I definitely, highly recommend that you include some collections in your shop, particularly now. I mean, to put 480 plus designs under, I don't know, you have 50 designs to a collection. I mean, that's not going to be a lot of collections to create. Okay, so jump onto that, tackle that ASAP. So another thing I want to bring to your attention pertains to what products you are targeting your designs to be showcased on in the Redbubble marketplace. As you can see here, you've got 2 stickers here that just don't look great. Now, I have no doubt in my mind that these particular designs are going to look great on a t-shirt, but you either A, toggled sticker as the design to be showcased on, or else you allowed Redbubble to select what product to put it on. And in this particular case, the fact that it put it on a sticker to showcase in this way is not doing you any justice. I mean, clearly this was white text, but because on a sticker the background is white, well, you can't read what the text is saying. And if they can't read it, it's not going to look good. And if it's not going to look good, people are just going to scroll by. And it might be just enough for them to say, you know what, if the seller doesn't even have the time or decency to make sure that the designs they have is being showcased on a product that I can read and appreciate, what's the point of wasting time on the shop? I'm leaving, I'm going to another shop. So don't put yourself in that situation. Always make sure that your designs are being showcased on the best possible product. I don't know, it could be a t-shirt, it could be a poster, it could be any of the other products. It doesn't really matter so long as it looks good and it's going to show your design in the best possible light. Okay, now one of the things that I really liked over here is this funny age equation. Okay, as you can see here, again, Redbubble has shown it on a poster or some kind of a post image print, a poster print, which looks great. You've got a nice black background, you've got the text over here, looks really good. Let's take a look at this one here. All right, so we got, in terms of a title, funny age equation math teacher canvas print. Okay, so you've got some really good keywords: funny age equation math teacher, all school related too as well, mathematically related. Why not? This could actually appeal to people who are mathematicians, who love this kind of equations and whatnot. Why not? Okay, here we have another red flag that I have to bring to your attention. All you did for your description was copy the title and paste it over there. Okay, remember, you have 256 characters for your description. Utilize it to the max. Okay, now if English is not your first language, or if you don't know how you're going to word such a description, there are so many programs out there, so many platforms that can help you, to come up with an effective description. One such platform, as many of you probably have come to learn about now, is ChatGPT. Go on to ChatGPT, just put in a couple keywords. Type in, I have a design where the title is Funny Age Equation Math Teacher. Can you write for me an effective product description within 256 characters? And let it produce it for you, okay? You can't go wrong with that. At least you know that if it's going to give you a description, it's going to be keyword rich, it's going to be grammatically correct, and you're going to be filling the description box to its max and give yourself a better opportunity to be found in Google search. Now again, as I stated with the first review, I actually created a video in terms of how to create an effective description. I'm going to leave a link to that video in the description box below. Click on it, watch it, follow the advice given there, and apply it to any and all of your designs where descriptions are lacking. You're leaving money on the table by not filling in an effective description. Okay, so in terms of keywords here, all right, so we've got a lot of individual one-word keywords. Not bad. You do have more than the 14 to 17 I normally advocate for. Be careful, even though Redbubble allows you to have up to 50 keyword tags, don't try to use all 50 of them. Although they say it, they also frown upon it. They still haven't gotten their act straight together yet with respect to that. What I would encourage you to do is to click on some of these keywords and see how many other results are competing against this particular design. And to do that, all you need to do is just right click on one of them. Let's choose mathematics, choose open link in tab, go to that tab. And as you can see here, at the time of publishing this video, your design is competing against 55,000 plus other results. Now you have to ask yourself, I mean, what chances do you think you have to compete to be found against 55,000 other results? You want to be able to narrow the playing field, and to do so, you want to do some effective keyword research and find keywords, either keywords that are standing on their own, which in this day and age might not be as easy to find keywords where the results are going to be less than 1,000, or else what I would highly recommend that you do is you compile long tail keyword phrases that make sense, so that when people are typing those keywords in and obviously your design comes up, it's only going to be competing against, maybe 1,000 or less other results. As it stands right now, the chances of you being found against 55,000 other results, while not impossible, it's quite difficult. So you definitely want to make sure, if you want to have a fighting chance for your designs to do well, you need to narrow down the playing field and, include a few more long tail keyword phrases. So on the whole, your shop looks really good. You've got a lot of really nice, interesting designs over here. Again, be careful of the stickers. You also have to ask yourselves, when you're using these blue and yellow or red and white checkerboard, have to ask yourself, is it something that people are going to buy? Okay. I don't want to seem, negative or pessimistic, but in this day and age where there's so many designs on these print-on-demand platforms, you really want to make sure that your designs stand out. You want to be the unicorn in a field of horses. And as it stands right now, these checkerboard patterns, you can easily get them by doing a very quick search on the internet. More often than not, I don't think people are going to pay to buy a sticker of red and white checkerboards. You can keep them. It's no harm in keeping them. If you are making sales, let me know in the comment section down below. I tip my hat off to you if you are. But the likelihood of people spending money for these kinds of designs, I think, is going to be few and far between. Instead, you want to come up with designs that are going to stand out. These ones are really nice here, these national park designs over here. I love the graphic. I love the fact that you kept national park and then you just scaled the top circular text to obviously reflect national parks throughout the world, or maybe throughout America. Well done on that. Those are types of designs that will do well on Redbubble. Okay, so focus on those. Focus on the tips that I obviously shared with you, and I wish you nothing but the best. Okay, so here we are on the third and final shop that we're going to be reviewing in today's episode, and the name of the shop is Lux Life Society with 638 designs. This seller joined in August of 2021. I have to say that it's a really nice banner. I think of the three that we reviewed today, I think this was my favorite one out of all three. It doesn't really show much in terms of the designs, but it shows that there was a little bit more thought put into the creation of it, okay? The fact that we've got all of these lovely keywords over here with, these different emojis, different graphics around it, the computers, the cameras, and photos around the periphery of the banner. It's nice. I like it. And I think it's very, very professional in that manner. So well done for that. So let's just head down here. We'll click on the Visit Artist Profile. Okay, the profile here is a little bit more in-depth than the previous two, so well done for that. I'm not going to read through it all. I have already read it prior to recording this particular episode, and again, just as I had stated with the other two sellers, there are a few grammatical mistakes in there. Go into it and, check it out and improve upon it, just so that you can refine it and make it a little bit more professional. Okay, 27 followers. You're following 147 people, 1,421 favorites. Go in and favorite some more too as well, so that obviously you can increase those statistics as well. Love the fact that you've got 4 ways for potential customers to get in touch with you through social media. So well done for that. So on the whole, looking really, really good. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the designs we have over here. So featured collection again is Valentine's Day. So just as we stated with the first shop that was reviewed in today's episode, you want to change your featured collection and make it something more pertinent to the here and now. Valentine's Day has passed. Otherwise, some lovely Valentine's Day designs too, so well done for that. Don't throw your shop under the bus by not updating it and keeping it fresh and up to date. Clients can smell that when they don't see these kind of things, and you don't want them to jump ship. Okay. In terms of collections, you've got quite a number over here, which is really, really great. I love the fact that you're giving your customers, all of these wonderful collections that they go through. Two things that I would highly recommend. First and foremost, I would definitely check them all for spelling. Just looking out here, Johnny Depp is spelled incorrectly, so that could actually work against you. There's no E in Johnny. Okay, so go through them. Guys, like I stated before, there are so many ways that you can grammar and spell check your text, irrespective of whether English is your first language or not. Utilize those tools. Take the time, make the effort to fix them. Certain keywords, if they are misspelled, could mean the difference between you making sales, between your designs being found, and not making any sales. Okay, so be cognizant of that. Be wary of that. Don't think that, doesn't matter, they'll find it. No, go that extra mile. All right, fix your spelling, fix your grammar up. Ask for advice, ask for help if you don't know how to say it in the best possible way. There are a lot of social media platforms out there that can help. Utilize them. In this day and age, there's no reason why you shouldn't. Okay, another thing that I would also encourage you to do is to alphabetize your collections. The fact that you have a lot of them, which is really good, mind you, put them in alphabetical order so that it'll be easier for people to find what it is when they're scrolling through. Again, it's not a big deal, but it's that little convenience. So if somebody I know is looking for something pertaining to something that starts with the letters, S, for example, if you have your collections in alphabetical order, the fact they know that all they have to do is just scroll to basically almost the bottom of the list, they know that they're going to find whatever it is they're looking for, hopefully with the letter S right there and then, as opposed to having to have to go through each and every single collection title in the hopes of finding what it is they're looking for. Again, you want to minimize the amount of time people have to spend to find a design so that you make it convenient for them to find the design. And if they're happy in finding it, because it doesn't take them long to do so, then they're going to be very happy to click the add to cart button and make the purchase. Okay, in terms of designs over here, some really lovely eye-catching designs. Dad tax, portion of an item a dad is entitled to when he buys. Okay, let's take a look at this one here. Again, I have a feeling we're going to have to harp a little bit more about spelling here. Okay, husband, dad, trucker, legend, DAT tax sticker. Okay, in terms of keywords, I can't fault it. I don't know what you're referring to when you say DAT. Maybe it's something I don't know about. That's fine. But if we had to click on this, dad takes noun. Okay, if this is supposed to be tax, maybe it's the phonetic way of saying it. Okay, portion of an item a dad is entitled to when he buys. I think you meant portion, PORTION, of an item a dad is entitled to when he buys. Ensures food isn't poisonous. Okay, I don't know what it is or what niche that you're trying to hit upon this with these statements. Guys, it isn't enough to create a design. You need to make sure that it makes sense and that it's going to be targeted to a particular demographic that's going to make sense to them. Sadly, I don't think it's a nice colorful design. I just don't think that it's going to be applicable to people who are going to want to purchase the design. Another thing that I would also highly recommend that you do is that you pay a little bit more attention in terms of the color temperature that you use. What do I mean? Well, if we take a look at this rainbow effect in the background over here, the color temperature is markedly different from the color temperature of the colors used in dad tax. Okay, I would go so far as to say the letters, the color temperature for dad tax is more of a winter color tone, whereas this sort of rainbow color in the background is more of a spring or summer tone. They just don't go well together. Okay, so what you want to do in the future when you're creating a design is that if you want to use certain colors and that you want to use sort of like a rainbow color effect behind it, sample one of the colors in your prominent portion of the design. Okay, and then go in your color picker and navigate the color picker to the colors of the rainbow. That way you get the color temperatures of the rainbow that is going to complement the color temperature of in this particular case, dad tags. This way, it's more well-rounded and it's going to look more appealing to a potential customer in order to make a purchase, or rather to encourage them to want to make a purchase. Okay, so we have a few issues in this particular design. If you want to increase the potential for it making sales for you, I would highly recommend that you go in and you correct those mistakes. Now, in terms of a description, my father's sacrifices, a testament to his love, a demonstration of his devotion, a symbol of his selflessness. Dear friends, visit more at my store, Lex Life. Okay, this is definitely a description that needs to be worked upon. Okay, this is not a place where you quote unquote beg or plead to customers to visit your shop to make a purchase. Okay, you need to allow your designs to be the catalyst to want people to visit your shop. Your descriptions need to give your designs a greater chance of being found in search engines. This is the place where you have to put in keywords that are going to get your designs found. If they aren't being found, my friend, they are not going to have the possibility of making any sales. And at the end of the day, this is what you're in this business model for, to make sales. You need to use the tools at your disposal to help increase the possibility of making sales. If you come across as a seller who is always pleading for people to visit, to buy, people are going to get bored of that and they're going to jump ship and go someplace else. Instead, allow your designs to be strong in the way that they're designed, strong in the grammar, strong in the syntax, so that when people see it, it's going to resonate with them and they're going to want to purchase. As it stands right now, this one is not going to cut the bill, and I fear that it's there for nothing. Okay. All right. In terms of keyword tags, again, it looks like you have a lot of keyword tags that probably aren't going to be doing you any justice. I mean, Redbubble graphic designer, what does that have to do with the design? Typography, okay, family time, family fun. Halloween, what does it have to do with Halloween? Space cowboys, what does it have to do with space cowboys? Okay, don't throw in keyword tags simply in the hopes of being found. Customers are going to get very, very annoyed with you if they are looking for a particular niche, let's say, for example, pertaining to space cowboys, and they come across your design which has nothing to do with space cowboys, and you've effectively just wasted their time because they have to scroll further to find the design that they're looking for. If they're annoyed at that, what do you think the chances are that they're going to click on your shop to come and visit and see what you have? They're not. Okay, so don't put yourself in a situation where you have to spam keyword tags in the hopes of getting your designs found and seen. Okay, allow your keyword tags, allow your description to do the work for you. And if you're consistent and if you are focused in terms of making sure that your product tags are pertinent and relevant, that you're using long tail keyword phrases, that you're using an effective description to market your design, and if you allow your design to be the strongest it can be in all that I've already just informed you about, then that is what will get your design found and increase the potential to make sales. As it stands right now, I fear you're doing yourself a grave injustice. Okay, let's just go back to your shop here. I don't want to seem doom and gloom. I'm actually telling you this sincerely because I want you to succeed. I want your designs to have a fighting chance of being found against the sea of all the other designs out there. You asked me to review your shop. I'm happy to do so, but I'm not going to review your shop and tell you everything is all hunky-dory and everything is really nice and sweet. And then, if you don't make sales, you come back and tell me, well, what is it that you were telling me? You told me everything was good, but really in truth it's not, and I'm not making sales. So I'm going to be very, very honest with you, but a sincere, constructive form of honesty so that you can improve your shop, you can improve your designs so that you can actually do a lot better and make more in terms of sales. Okay, you bake the world a better place. This is a nice design here. Okay, you've got some nice bold text here. You've got a nice graphic over here. Okay, the one thing that I would actually state, sorry, I hate to be a bit of a nitpick, but you said you bake the world a better place, and yet we're using graphics pertaining to the fast food industry. You don't bake French fries. You don't bake burgers. You don't bake hot dogs. You bake bread. So why not utilize bread? You bake cakes. You bake cookies. So why not change the graphics to something related to the baking niche? Okay. Again, you have to ask yourself, if you are a customer who is really into baking and you see a graphic with fast food items, would you buy it? Probably, the answer is probably you wouldn't. You have to put yourself in the position of a customer sometimes, okay? Not sometimes, all of the time. You have to ask yourself, if you got your paycheck and you wanted to go and buy a design on a t-shirt for yourself that you would be happy to wear in public and feel proud to wear it, would you spend your hard-earned money on any Tom, Dick, or Harry type of design that really has nothing to do either graphic or text-wise to what it is that you're hoping to purchase? You wouldn't buy it. So if you wouldn't buy it, customers out there aren't going to buy it either. So make sure that you are really invested in the designs that you create, that your designs make sense to the niche that you are designing for. And, before you click the add button to add it to your marketplace, get somebody who is objective to critique your design before you put it up. Get a friend or a family over next to you and tell them, listen, I'm going to show you a design I created. Be brutally honest. I'd rather you be honest with me now before I put it up. If you are seeing something that is not right with design, let me know now before I put it up, so that I don't put it up and then customers see that mistake and they jump ship and don't purchase anything from my shop and don't ever visit it. Okay? Better to get that, that critique that's sort of hard to swallow. It's never easy to get criticism. I know that. Nobody really likes it, but if it's going to make your shop that much better, if it's going to make your designs that much better, sometimes you just have to stand and take it in the chin and say, yeah, in retrospect, I could have improved this design. You baked the world a better place. It would look better with a cake, or with muffins, or with cookies, or any of the other 100 gazillion different items that people can bake out there, but not with fast food items. Okay, so I certainly hope that I've opened your eyes to the importance of effective titles, effective descriptions, keyword tags, even in terms of making sure that your design fits the niche that you are designing for, just so that you can improve the overall appearance of your shop, to make it more relevant to customers when they're coming to visit, to make it more exciting for them to want to click the add to cart button and to make the purchase. So I wish you all of the luck with your shop. Go in, make those changes that I suggested to you, and I have no doubt that you should do better for yourself in the not too distant future. So there you have it, everybody. Today we looked at 3 up-and-coming Redbubble shops. All 3 of them had some really interesting designs. All 3 have a lot of potential to do very well for themselves if they take the advice offered in this particular review. They go in, they do the work, they put in the time to make those improvements so that when customers visit their shops, they will stand a better chance of making more sales. I certainly hope that you enjoyed this episode. I certainly hope that I shared some tips that are pertinent and relevant even for your respective shops, so that maybe perhaps if you've seen some mistakes in these particular shops that can actually be found in your own respective shop, you'll take the time, you'll go in, make those modifications so that you too can enjoy a greater degree of success, take your print-on-demand business to the next level, and make the sales that we all hope and wish for through all of the hard work that we put into our respective shops. So if you enjoyed this episode, if you found value in it, please do me a favor, smash that like button. If you're new to this channel or haven't as yet subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button now. Turn on the bell notification icon so that you'll be informed each and every time that I upload a new video to my channel. But for today, that's all I've got. And as always, be safe, be well, be creative. Bye for now. Hey, thanks again for watching this video. I really appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to do so. If you are interested in taking your print-on-demand business to the next level and learning how to generate more sales, please consider clicking on one of the 2 video thumbnails that have appeared on your screen now. I'll see you there. Thanks again.